The Trump administration is warning there could be more arrests after 3 House Democrats attempted to push through ICE agents and enter a New Jersey immigration detention center on Friday.
Get your officers.
Get your hands off of her.
No, Why? He just assaulted me.
Worth mentioning, those lawmakers have oversight capacity. DHS had said, hey, we would have let them in with proper channels, but instead you saw that play out. Those Democrats, though, they're insisting they are the victims. They didn't do any pushing and shoving, they insist.
We have no idea what they have in mind other than to create an environment of intimidation just by claiming that perhaps we might be subject to arrest. But there's no reason for it. Nothing happened other than the chaos that they created themselves. If anything, we were pushed and shoved.
DHS also says that, in their words, you were body slamming an ICE officer. Is that what we're looking at? Is that what happened?
Absolutely no. I mean, I honestly do not know how to body slam anyone. There's no video that supports me body slamming anyone.
Well, DHS hit back at those lawmakers, asking Americans to check the tape. Judge for yourself. Here it is. Emily, I want to pull up that tape of the alleged shoving, because you have a Congresswoman there who claimed there was no shoving on my part. Then you have this body cam footage where there does appear to be some shoving, and then she claims she was shoved. We know that lawmakers have broad immunity from arrest if they're pursuing a legislative purpose. This would be included, but I don't know about the shoving part of it all.
Look, actions have consequences. And this reminds me of when we saw the highway being cleared in front of Burning Man, where the protesters demonstrated such shock at being removed because what they were doing was illegal. And to me, what I see here is them getting, she is using her physicality, wielding it. So whatever it is, it's not peaceful protesting, and it's certainly not protected by the law. And I note as well that per Alexis McAdams reporting, AOC this weekend released a video saying, we're going to have a problem if more lawmakers are arrested. She said in her video that the only people breaking the law are ICE and DHS and Tom Homan and Kristi Noem. And to me, it's so laughable to have that narrative being pushed. These leftist liberals like to provoke, and they love to get arrested because it's a notch on their belt. But then they turn around, they crying there because, again, actions have consequences, and they lament the arrest at being at the hands of a dictatorship, when the reality is, mess around and find out. That's what happened.
David, I want to scroll. And we know what that acronym stands for. We won't go there. David, I want to scroll the list of what some of these individuals are accused of at Delaney Hall, this private facility where these illegal immigrants are being held. Alleged MS-13 gang membership, warrant for homicide in Brazil, assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill. You can read the list. These are not, sterling examples of people coming to our country. And why is this the hill Democrats want to die on and shove upon?
Because they're hoping that enough people will be dumb enough to support them. Look, by the way, it's LaMonica, the linebacker McIver, because she threw some pretty good chalk blocks there, and the tape shows that. The fact is the Democrats have nothing to fight with, so they have to demonize, they have to lie, and hope that nobody pays attention to the correction. The fact is, no matter what happens before or after in that one video we show, you are not allowed to make that kind of contact with a law enforcement officer. Also, other Democrats went out on television, Jared Moskowitz and others, and actually lied about what happened. So they're competing, they're spreading and repeating the lie. And Ras Baraka, who's running for governor in New Jersey, one of the worst offenders. Let me tell you something, New Jersey. If you're a Democrat, your choices are Ras Baraka and make New Jersey Newark again, or Stephen Fulop, the mayor of Jersey City, and make New Jersey Jersey City again. There's your choice. Look at the failures of who these Democrats really are.
David, that's a great point. A lot of these individuals, I assume, Harris, have higher political ambition. And maybe someone like Ros Baraka has made the calculus. This is about winning over the left-wing base, not necessarily independence.
Well,
I got to get through a
white
primary.
supremacy this weekend on television.
Wow.
He
Harris.
was right there.
Well, it speaks to your point, Emily. That's why they like to get arrested.
Yeah.
I mean, they need the clicks, apparently. They're running for higher office, and many of them are pretty unknown. I mean, how many times have you said Ros Baraka in your lifetime? And did you even know he was the mayor of Newark? You know why we ought to know that he's the mayor of Newark? Because we got a lot going on in Newark right now. We have an airport that's in trouble. It has like rolling ground stops. It's a dangerous situation out there. So you've got that. I mean, he could be paying attention to that. You've got an American hostage of Hamas living who's coming home today. There are a whole lot of other things that he could be doing in the state. That would be in the state, but certainly in his city of Newark. But no, he's, clamoring for the clicks. That was Friday night. Then you fast forward and look at, is she the one in the red who's like body bumping?
Yeah,
So this is what I was taught in self-defense class. Anytime you get your hand above somebody's shoulder, you're going for their head because that's the only thing left. Look at how high up her arm is.
Yeah.
But I'm just watching the video.
That's great analysis, Harris. I'm like, wow, self-defense analysis there. Kennedy, Mark Green, the chair of the Homeland Security Committee in the House, he made a great point. He brought up this picture of AOC. You remember her at the border, languishing in her beautiful white suit by the border on behalf of illegal immigrants? He made the point Democrats used to stand outside the facility, but now they storm it. So the takeaway from the election was not like, hey, we lost on immigration. It's now let's storm on behalf of illegal immigrants.
Yes, let's storm and free these child rapists. Those are the ones they're on the side of. And I think the New York Rangers should really look at that young lawmaker because she's got some talent. And I feel like if they had a defenseman like that, they would have actually made the playoffs this year. I know
she was
it's
checking him,
yeah,
though,
well,
right?
no, I thought it was Matt Rempe in a wig for a second. That's
throwing
how
that
impressive
red
it was.
jacket forward.
And it's like walking through a construction site in a thong bikini and then complaining that some of the workers wolf whistle at you.
Well,
I don't want that image in
Exactly right.
more talk on the construction site and self-defense.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.